Well, hello, I am Lajun Cole, and I am so excited to be a part of this online book launch with Dr. Keith Johnson for the book, Living Wealthy. Well, I believe that you were always destined to live a wealthy life. That no matter where you start, you don't always have to end there. You can always increase your value and become the wealthiest version of yourself that you could ever become. Listen, when Dr. Keith Johnson asked me the question, he and Dr. Bonnie, they said, Lajun, what would it be for you? What's the principle in your life or several principles in your life that's helped you to live wealthy? And I began to think about it. I began to ponder. I talked with my wife about it. I said, what are the principles for us that if we were to narrow it down to one or two principles have really helped us to live wealthy over the period of our lives? And one of the principles that we began to look at when we talk about living wealthy is continually investing in ourselves, continuing to add value. So you invest in yourself. Well, what does it look like to invest in yourself? Number one, you can read a book. It's really simple. Read a book. I can often go to people's homes, and when I go in, I'll look at their shelf and I'll look at their books, and I can tell what's inside of them by what they've been reading. Number two, if you can't read a book, take a class. Doesn't have to be a college course, but take a class that helps to improve your value. Number three, get a mentor. Get somebody that you're around who can pour into you things that you don't know, things that you can learn from that person that has a knowledge particular to your craft or to your desire to become something that you don't have before you got that mentor. Then the next thing I'd say, you have to invest in others. Now, the neighborhood that we live in, our property has a certain value. What I learned over the process of time was that when you purchase a home, you've got to get a property appraisal. Well, when they appraise the property, they not only look at the value of your home and what your home's value is, but they also measure your home's value based on the houses to your right, your left, the ones that are on the same block, the same ones on the same street, the ones in the same community. If the homes to your left and your right have a lower property value, it can tend to lower the property value for your property. So how does this apply to your life? Well, in my marriage, when I wanted to see the community of our marriage improved, I had to invest in myself, and then I had to invest in my wife. Well, likewise, what else do? I invest in our children. So my wife went back and she got another degree. She went and got another degree. So since we've been married, I've increased her value because I've invested in her. And so likewise, in the employees or the people that I work with, both in our church and other places, our companies, we always want to invest in our people so that their value increases. And when their value increases, it increases the value of the entire organization. So again, you want to continually invest, add value in yourself, read a book, take a class, get a mentor. If you say, listen, I don't like to read, Lajun, I just don't like to read. Well, you've got audiobooks and you've got videos and you've got some way that you can use to improve yourself and to increase your value and therefore increase your wealth. The second thing that I said that I would do is learn how to remain humble. If you ever become blessed, if you ever get wealth, one of the ways that you can lose wealth is is by not being humble. And so when I looked at being humble for me, it means that I can learn from anyone. I can learn from a child. There are some things that I learned from children just watching them play, watching them interact, watching them go through their daily processes that helps me to become a better person. Right? Then don't allow success or wealth to change you. If you become wealthy and successful and you allow it to change you, there's going to be a problem. One of the things that I remember is that when I grew up as a young boy, my grandmother raised me on $300 to $600 per month. When she raised me with that $300 to $600 a month, mind you, I've never known my biological father. My biological mother has always been incarcerated. I never was around her. And so as life went on, I joined the military. I learned there how to apply the principles that I just told you about. The principles that I just shared with you about investing in yourself are the things that help to set me apart from my peers in the military. It's the things that have set me apart from others even here since I've gotten out of the military in ministry or even in business. So make a habit of learning how to invest in yourself. Make a habit of learning to invest in others. And then make it a habit to make sure that you stay humble. If you can do these principles, you too can live wealthy. Again, I came from the poorest region in the second in the poorest state, or the second poorest state in the United States, which is a place called West Helena, Arkansas. And if I can do it, guess what? You can do it too. There is no limit to the success and to the wealth that you can have if you apply these principles. Listen, I'm excited about you being a part of this online book launch experience with Dr. Keith Johnson. I'm excited about how you invest in yourself by getting this book, Living Wealthy. And I'm going to be excited about you applying the principles that you learn in the book so that your life can be revolutionized by these principles. I'm also excited about the other presenters that have presented today and those which are going to present, because I believe that they're going to give you some principles that have impacted their life that as a result will impact your life and will help you to live wealthy. Listen again, I'm Lajun Cole, and I'm excited about your future.